Hi, this is Hannah Miller talking on the Week 6 readings for TE448. The first article I wanted to touch on was the article called Is Harry Potter Evil?, written by Judy Blume. And Judy Blume was one of my favorite authors as a kid, so I really liked her article. My favorite part was when she was talking about how she herself used to read controversial literature, and she said, "What did those books teach me? That I love to read." And I love that because I think books are so powerful for kids. Just giving them an escape maybe from their life, or a way to express themselves, or someone to relate to, just an outlet for them. And on the topic of banned books, it just infuriates me as a future teacher that anyone would try to limit my students in trying to educate themselves and trying to reach out to different literature and read about different things in the world, or, things that happen to kids their own age, or anything, because everything they read about helps them expand their knowledge, helps them grow socially and academically. And to have anyone say that a kid shouldn't read something when they're trying to seek out new knowledge is just so ignorant to me. I think on the topic of whether all literature is appropriate is a different story. That's something that was touched upon in the Teaching Challenged and Banned Books article by Chris Crutcher. I found that really interesting too, because he was talking about the First Amendment and freedom to read and teaching challenged and banned books. And Chris Crutcher talked about how kids are always asking him if he thinks books should be banned, or if he thinks, telling him different titles about it. And he says, no books should be banned, no books should be challenged. But he also said, does that mean that all books are appropriate? No. And that's where I think the line is. Are all books appropriate for all kids? No. But I feel that's up to the parent to decide. But in terms of in school, it's hard to say. I feel like as a teacher, you have to be able to defend yourself and be able to have a plan and a purposeful reason you choose the books that you do. So I think it's a really important consideration for teachers to make, but I don't think that other people outside the community should be the people to decide or limit the choices that the teacher has in terms of what books they should use in their classroom, or even just what books they include in their classroom library, not necessarily even teaching from. But yeah, I don't know. It just makes me so mad. I remember in high school, I participated in the banned book week or banned book day or something we had at our high school, and I wore a pin that brought awareness to banned books, and I really didn't know that much about it until then. And I don't know what that helped, but it was interesting. I think that kids should know. I think that kids should know that about books, because I don't know. I think that they can feel empowered by that, maybe, because they think people don't want me to read this, so I want to read it more. Of course, that's how I felt as a kid. But I don't know. I don't think that other parents or anything should be able to have that much influence on the school district or what the teacher wants to teach. I don't know. I think it brings a lot. I think even a lot of the controversial books or things that talk about topics that, push the limits of, it's not just, fairy tale ending story, are important for kids because it reflects their reality, right? I mean, everyone likes to read that fairy tale story and get this good feeling inside that everything is okay, or everything worked out, or she married Prince Charming, whoever. But that's not necessarily realistic, and I don't think that books that are challenged are the way they are because they're pushing those limits. I think they're just reflecting reality. I think that's really important for kids to know, that they can challenge reality and they can see their own reality reflected somewhere else, because you don't want kids to feel alone. And for some kids, reading is the only place that they don't feel that way. So I don't know, I can't get over it that people would try to take that away from kids. So yep, that's all I have to say about banned books. I'm going to go out there and challenge my own community in working with controversial literature. And I hope I don't have to deal with banned books. But if I do, I feel a little bit more prepared now in how to handle that. Thanks for watching.